So in practicing Kesagatame, you want to look at each ingredient of the recipe. It's very important to have that. You want to make sure when you're practicing that this elbow comes back and it wraps around the lower forearm. You want to take the wrist and get it into your armpit this way here. See here? Now you have it. Now when I sit down, you notice how tight it is here because my elbow is back. We used to have to practice by holding it back. Okay, pull it out, Al. Okay? And that's how we practice. Because a lot of people will do Kesagatame and they'll hold this way here, and you see, the hand comes out right away because they don't have the elbow back. So when you're doing this, you wrap around and you make sure that the elbow comes back. Hai, ich, hai, ei, san, ei. Okay? And each time, Al will try and pull his hand out. H, E, san, shi. And each time, you pull it harder and harder and harder, which means that you have to really focus on putting this back. Some do Kesagatame this way here. Pull your arm out. Hey, here. Hey, pull it out. Seriously, pull it out.
Right.
You see? The key to unlock this is right here.
Yeah.
This is important. And then this comes right around, and you make sure that you elevate it. Don't leave it rest on the ground. Elevate it up and grab. You notice how tight it is? And you see where my shoulder is? My shoulder is locking his jaw down. To add strength to it, this left hand entwines the upper arm. The way that I teach it is here, come around. You see, I can see my fingers right now, okay? Now I cannot see them. Now you notice how tight this is? You see all these ingredients in the recipe? Very important. Now the next thing that's important is you notice here, if you can see, there's a space. You don't want that. Anytime there's a space when you're trying to hold and control is an opportunity for escape. You have to create an opening to escape. So I want to come up. I want to come up close. Here. This is around here. And what I'm doing is I'm putting my weight down on the upper rib cage. And I'm pushing in. I'm not going this way here because then he'll pull me over. But when I turn, you see here? You can't hear him, but he goes, hey. I'm not pushing against him. I'm turning my hips. You notice here? You watch my komamusubi. See here? See how it turns? When I do that, Al feels pressure against the upper rib. When you have pressure against the upper rib, it causes shortness of breath. That's control. The next element is making sure that your weight is distributed. The closer your legs are, the more you are like a broomstick, and they can pull you over. You want to keep them spread. And you notice here that I have my toe, and my heel is off of the mat. And my left foot, you see here, this way here, I can move. That's what you want. If you're flat like this, you're relaxed. If you're here, you could feel the tautness in your legs, in your thighs, in your calves, in your ankle, in your toes. And you can move. You have balance. You don't want to be off balance. And then you want to keep your head down as low as possible. Back in the old days, it used to be the chin on the bridge of the nose, in the eyeball. Of course, you can't do that today. But that's holding and controlling. That's the way that the Buddhist monks in the mental institutions, they were taking care of, would control these people that had, mental disabilities or had fits and seizures and things like that. And you might say, well, that's inhumane. But then again, this is the 21st century. You're talking about maybe the 16th century or so. Kesa is scarf hold. So the Buddhist monks wear the scarf across, from here to there. And that's what it was. Back in those days, of course, there's no judogi. They would take their scarf, and the scarf was silk. And silk is extraordinarily strong material. They would take it here, nice and tight like this, right? And then they'd wrap it around here to keep the arm, and then they would hold it. And the scarf would come across here. Then they would put their weight down here and see how they keep their head in, and the scarf is controlling it. That's the history behind it. That's why it's called the scarf hold, kesegatame. This one came around the arm. It's like here to hold the arm down, and that's what this does. It holds the arm. It prevents it from running around. This one here and then keeping down. This arm doesn't do anything when you're down that low. So the way that I like to teach it, Kihon no kata, is the hand is down. I'll take my right hand, and you notice that my thumb is up. I'll grab it, and here. You see, now I have a nice V. And then I come around, and here. You see, now what I'm doing is teaching this to pull this wrist into my armpit and clutch it. And then grab here, and then turn, and then put my hand here, and then lift up, and then sit through. And then grab. And then I'm down low. And obviously, you know, just like nagewaza, uchikomi is important. Going in and coming out, going in and coming out. And of course, we do that in many different ways. All the ingredients have to come together. And it takes a lot of practice. You just don't, okay, let me show you this. Okay, now go ahead and fight. No. You want to do the waza. Waza is your strength. Waza is the power. It takes 1,000 times to learn the technique, 10,000 times to polish it. You have to be patient. All the ingredients, you're already shortcutting. That's why I got kicked out of where I went to culinary school, because I didn't listen to the directions. All the ingredients have to be done the right way. Me, I just throw the stuff in there. And the baker, the pastry chef said, get out of here. You're not following the directions. Yeah, he's right. Okay? So remember, right hand, here, thumb down, pick up. Oh, look at the nice V. Come in, here. See that? Here. A lot of people just go here like this. Okay? Now, am I locking his wrist in my armpit? No, I'm not. Because here, I'm lazy. Now I'm going to go this way here. Look, he's already moved it out. That's why this here, see this movement? Here, 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 here. See? So all the ingredients are there, aren't they? The most important one is locking this wrist, because if I don't, he's got the key right there. Once this hand gets out, it's a bugger to get back. Hey, if you're watching this, I'm 71 years old. I have a brand new knee, 6 months old, totally new knee replacement. But look, I can get down. I can't do it as good as I used to, but it's still pretty good.
To his 80-year-old partner.
To his 80-year-old partner. You see here, when I come up here, you see this here? Look it. See? Hey, I'm not coming ooh, all the way around. Okay? From here, I pick it up. You see?
Yeah.
Here. See how tight that is?
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Now, try to pull it out. He cannot pull it out. If he does, I can hold right here. And then just right in here. And then turn. See how I turn it? Look at how tight it is here. I still, look at my elbows back. Don't put this back. Bring this through. Sorry.
That's what happens.
That's what happens when you do that. If I knock out down, you know, and he's down like this, right? The first thing here, I'm going to come pow here, and then here. Now notice that my knee is right here. He's not moving anywhere. And then all of a sudden, this will shoot through. And then here. Judo is not gentle. He has no air. I'm holding him so tight. Not with muscle, but with technique. Okay? That's very important. We're in too much of a rush. Take your time. Okay? Remember, 1,000 times. 10,000 to polish. You got plenty of time. Judo ichidai. It's your life in judo. Control that arm. Control that wrist. Control that arm. Control that head. Push the wind out of him. Keep low to the ground. As low as you possibly can get. And keep your balance. Go with the flow. Move. Mizu no michi. The flow of water. Move with him. Okay? And then you'll have control. Osaikomi. holding and controlling. That's the concept here. Will he tap out? No, but then again, this is judo, not the gentle way, the flexible way. From a combative standpoint, now here, I put here, right? And then here, pow. Now, do you think he's going to give up? If I go pow here, you think he's going to quit? You have hold and control, and then you have the kake, the execution of it, and then you have korosu, you kill them. And kill them doesn't necessarily mean end their life. Kill them means to kill their desire to continue to be aggressive towards you. If you do jikoboe, okay, this is what we teach, okay, how to finish it off. So how do you do it from the ground part? And you're on top here, right? Here, this way here. See that? See that? Here. See? Now I have control. Hey, here, here. Kesugatame. Everybody wants to get all this stuff first here, then this arm comes out here, right? And then look. Here. Don't rush to go around the head. You'll get there. But then again, that's not really, so critical. Okay? See? Hey, here. I could do that. I could do here. I could do here. All kinds. Still kesugatame. Waza is strength. I can't emphasize that enough. Everybody knows who Helio Gracie is. So we'll quote him. Knowing the waza that becomes your strength. And of course, that was the first thing I learned when I stepped into judo at Fukushima's dojo on Okinawa. You cannot use your muscles. Your muscles are used by your waza, not the other way around. You don't use muscle to do waza. You use waza and then use your muscles inside the waza. But the waza is more important than the muscles.